I keep Sonia and Ramona.
I get it.
I would keep those two.
I like totally.
And I would give them. I'd give them like one season. I don't know. But I don't know that any New York women with real money and real like New York women would. They don't want to do it. Come on.
That's the problem. If
They're
your husband is a trust fund, like financial making, like you, first of all, he can't even, the financial people can't be on the TV. So you don't want to do it.
And truthfully, probably those, I would be willing to bet that those women really aren't even watching it. They're not watching that.
Listen, all the women I know that live, let's just say on the Upper East Side with real money that are normal, and I hate that word.
I love normal.
Do not want to be on the show. The women on the Upper East Side that I know that are literally batshit fucking crazy, would love to be on the show.
But do the women that you know that have real money and are, you know, kind of like that level, do they watch the show? No. Because they think they're a little too sophisticated and too good for it. That's why. And if they did watch it, they'll never admit to it. Those are the ones that watch and like lie about it.
And like, you know, amongst that crowd, you know, they don't think so highly of like Sonia or Ramona.
No, I know. But they could say, but in all fairness, well, okay, if they don't watch it, they don't know who she is.
No.
But if they do watch it, they could say, oh, come on, she's not. But she's, I don't know.
Like you look at like Kyle and Kathy and Kim, like they did it. I mean, like, I'm not saying Kim has tons of money, but like they did it for Beverly Hills. Like they found, I mean, okay, not real Beverly Hills, but Kathy has money, but they need like a family infrastructure like that.
I think the most money in the that whole family now is Nikki.
You do? Because she married Rothschild?
Oh, yeah.
That's like tons of money.
I think so.
Nikki's done well for herself. Do you love how when they asked like where was it? Was it on Watch What Happens where they asked like who has more money, Sutton or Kyle? I mean, Sutton or Kathy? Did you see that? I think it was the Garcelle episode you told me. Andy said like who has more money? Like what they were playing one of those games, like a million questions. And one of them was who has more money, like Sutton or Kathy. And I think it was Garcelle and whoever, it was Amber Tamblyn. And they were like, Kathy. They both were like, Kathy.
Maybe not.
Maybe. So Nikki probably has the most money. You're right. But that's what they need to find in New York. They do. And then I think
women, but those women that have that kind of money don't flaunt it like that. They're just not gonna floss it like that. They don't.
But there has to be some two people that are related that are just bored with life. That want
divorce, the
like,
husband's
yes, I feel that you can find this. You can find this.
Oh, I'm sure you could. Of course you can.
Well, honestly, after what you just said, Kathy's done well. Maybe Nikki Hilton Rothschild is the anchor for the New York Housewives.
No, she would never. No.
I don't think she would, but Kathy's.
You'd get Paris before you'd get Nikki.
Nikki wouldn't do it.
No. They almost like forbid their mother from doing it.
I know, but now they're happy because she's celebrated.
Yeah, but I cannot for all the tea in China.
Probably
imagine that Nikki would know.
There was one night where Kathy did an Instagram live with Paris and Nikki.
Oh, how funny.
And they were like, what are you doing? And Kathy was like, these are my new friends. And Paris was like, and Nikki this was in LA. Nikki was like, I think you're insane. And like, I have to leave. And Kathy was like, don't leave. She was like, no, I have to literally, she was in sweat. She was like, no, I have to literally go. I'm going straight to the airport. Like my flight is in like 2 hours. Like I need to leave. And Kathy was like, don't get up. And she was like, I'm going to miss my flight to New York. Yeah, I don't think Nikki would do it.
No,
but they need to find like that, just like, and that's the thing, like being out and about, most of the people that I meet that would do it are just crazy and full of shit and don't really have real money.
And didn't we see all of that already?
Nikki Hilton, yes, wouldn't do it, but they need listen, New York is just as bad as LA. It is. Out at night, New York is just as bad.
I know. I've seen it.
It's the people that you run into, you're you talk and you can't eat. You can afford this drink. You can't afford the next drink. So
you guys
that
are different
stuff turns
in LA.
Why? How? A lot of people are they think we're so much more real. And I'm I don't think so.
No, that's because you guys aren't as, you guys don't hold your cards as close to your chest as people in LA do. It comes across as real because it seems like you're sharing, but it's just a little bit, no, it's just people in LA put on a little bit more of the act.
Yeah. We're a little more business oriented.
Right.
But
a little bit more gruff. We're a little bit more smoke and mirrors. We're going to razzle and dazzle you and be a little bit more coy.
But our talk about money and all that is just as bad.
Sure. Yeah.
But I know so many people that live in LA that think we are so business savvy and intelligent and I'm it's the same thing.
Yeah. The difference I think in New York is that everyone's in apartments, right? And a lot of people don't go to people's homes in New York, right? You go out for everything. In LA, if you become friends with someone sooner or later, and everyone drives everywhere, so you see their car, they're not taking an Uber or a taxi or car service. In LA, everyone drives. So, and you drive to someone's home, so you can't really kind of hide it as well, I think, in LA.
Because you see where someone lives. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's where do you live? And
that's true.
And in LA, there's just like New York, the grid of, are you south of Wilshire? Or are you north of Wilshire? Are you south of Sunset? Or are you north of Sunset? Are you east of the 405? Or are you north? Are the west of the 405?
That plays into effect here. Yeah.
Sure. It's all of that.
I think you're right though about the house.
Yeah.
Because when you're out at night, people talk a good game. And then you're that person has nothing.
No. Right. So they could be going home to a 300 square foot studio.
That's what I always said. It's where you live here. And it's the behind the scenes. Even if you could still afford your drink, you'll do that. But you'll go home to squalor.
Nothing.
Yes.
You can do that you can do it in LA.
You can do that here.
You can't get away with that in LA so much.
I can tell you that 98% of the people that I have really good friends, but yeah, most of the people that you go out with, you have never seen their house. Never.
I've been to basically all my friends' houses.
Yeah, that's different here.
Yeah.
You just don't go to a house.
No, never. You don't even know where they live. The area maybe, but you don't you could say an area.
And then you hear things I've heard things oh, that one has an awful apartment. I'm really?
Have you been there? Yeah. One person's been there and then they talk smack about it too. Yeah.
That is the difference. But that's what they need, really wealthy. They need the Nikki Rothschild that isn't Nikki Rothschild. I agree with you. I don't know who would do that. It will always be a B list. It will always be a B list. Right. There's no upside. There's no upside.
There's no upside.
You have to be a man that is married to a woman that is just so. That's the thing. You start at the point of flawed. I'm sorry, you do. No, but it's true. You start at that narcissistic or something is not being met in your life, right?